Hi guys, and welcome to another video. I'm here with my studio cat Indy, only because he's just come up and decided that actually he wants cuddles. I know it's been a while since the last video. I know I say that pretty much every video, and that's because honestly, who likes being on camera? Can you relate? Anyway. The reason I want to do videos is because I want to be able to connect in this different way with you, sort of instead of just posting a picture on Instagram. You know, I really want to be able to connect better with you. And also, I love the video format. I really do. I love videos. So yeah, so I'm going to have a go at a week-long vlog. So today's Monday. And I'm hoping that through the week I'm going to be able to sort of catch you up on a few of the things that have been happening. So one thing that I will tell you about now, and we'll do a little bit of an unboxing, is at the end of last year, yep, it really was that long ago, at the end of last year I got brave and I sent my portfolio off to the Nuovo Group. I sent my portfolio off thinking that I wouldn't hear back, but they contacted back and they took quite a few of my designs, so that was really exciting. And it's now gone to some big fairs in Melbourne and Sydney, so that's really exciting too. And as part of it you get sent some samples. Cool, so yeah, that was so exciting. I'm still working on some other designs for them. So you saw the Viking cats, you saw a Viking dog. We're looking at doing a few more Viking dogs because, you know, we don't want the cats to outnumber the dogs. So yeah, as I said, today is Monday. I have a lot of computer work to do today, including some digital illustration. That's probably going to be most of my day. And then, well, this morning I had to go to the post office. Confession time. So I've had some commissions I've been working on, so I went to the post office this morning to post them. So they're now on their way. But then I figured what I probably need to do is to go to Bunnings and buy a plant, right? So I did. Anyway, I love indoor plants, and there were so many there, all different kinds, that I actually found trying to decide which one that I want, it was kind of tricky. Something that does come into my decision making is the fact that my cat Indy, who you saw at the beginning, he loves to eat plants, and he has no sort of thought about whether those plants are toxic, and a great deal of indoor plants are unfortunately toxic to cats and to dogs. So I have to go around with my phone and Google every plant that I'm interested in to see if they are toxic to cats. And I ended up finding two plants, one that is toxic to cats and one that is not. Because I now have, and this is another announcement, I now have my own studio space at a local gallery. It's called Sunset Framing and Gallery, and I will leave them linked down in the comments. And I've hired a little studio space there. I know I work from home, but the idea is to try and separate home life from work life a little bit more. I'm not doing it yet. I'm still getting up very early and working, and then going to the studio and working, and then coming home and working. My hope is that, although freelancers, yeah, we do have to work quite flat out, you would know that if it's all work, you know, constantly going, that unfortunately we do sort of, you know, burn out. What do they say? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So the idea is to kind of separate that out, as well as just being in amongst like really exciting creative people in a really exciting creative space. So the one toxic plant is destined for the studio. The little one that is safe, and it's a calathea I think it was, it's safe for dogs and cats, that one is going to live here at home with me, because I just love indoor plants. Anyway, onwards. Hi everyone, it's Wednesday, which means I've missed a day. My mum ended up coming to visit yesterday to do the gardens, some work in the garden. So if you don't know, this lovely garden surrounding me, and the house that I'm staying in at the moment, I'm actually looking after it. for my parents while they're away for work. But they're not that far away, so they do come back to do some work on the garden, which is just as well because it's a very big garden, and I like to pretend I have a green thumb, but I don't. I just don't. It's a paint covered thumb. So I forgot to do any recording yesterday. Anyway, so here we are on Wednesday. I've got a lot more digital work to be doing again, so more computer work, but that's okay. It's good getting it done. I finished a project I was working on last night, so that was good. Another thing to kind of tick off the list. And I wanted to show you these. Let's see if you can see those, huh? Aren't they cute? So this is actually air dry clay, and I've gone and stamped them with these really cool little stamps that I've got, some wooden stamps, and then obviously let it dry, and then just painted them with acrylic, sealed them with some varnish, and they've turned out really cute. So a couple of little dishes. So if, like me, you're a frustrated ceramicist in that A, you don't really know what you're doing with ceramics, and B, even if you did know what you're doing, you probably couldn't afford it. Air dry clay is actually a really nice little alternative. So these little things I'll use to put my rings and earrings in. This one I think will have to come with me to my studio and sit on my desk because I like it. It's really pretty. I like both of them, but this one's cute. Anyway, that is my Wednesday. I'm not at the studio today. I promised that I would show you guys the studio, but at the moment they've got some building works happening there. Discovered that I am really bad at remembering to turn the microphone on. Do you remember at the beginning I showed you that I now have a microphone to attach to the camera? It makes life a bit easier, the sound recording hopefully a bit better. I keep forgetting to turn it on, and then I record things and then I have to record them again. Anyway, not this morning. So I did want to show you this packaging. This was a nice treat that I got from T2. It's a spicy tea, not quite like chai. It's a bit different, and I find it really yummy. But the packaging, honestly, I'd probably bought it for the packaging more than anything else. Anyway, so today is Thursday. Just gonna take my tea over to the table here. Mind the mess. Right, and I wanted to show you this book. This is a little sketchbook that I've started. I wanted to kind of illustrate little things that I learn, aha moments, things I want to share. So I got this little Holcroft book. It's meant to be mixed media. It's not as wonderful as some other watercolour books I have in terms of the thickness of the paper, but it'll allow me to do what I want to do. So, the first one you can see here, this was actually a bit of a discussion that I started on Facebook. Emotional side meet business side. It's all about trying to separate the two. There's times when the two should work together, and that's in terms of, you know, figuring out what your business is going to be, what your passions are, what it is that you want to do, what makes you happy. All of those things are important, but when it comes to things like having your poor self-worth, in my case, sometimes, affect how you charge for what you do, for example. So if you feel not worthy, if you like, you might charge less. And that's a problem. That's when the business side, so the little guy who says how things should be priced, that's when it should be separated. So that was a little illustration that came to my mind as I was sort of chatting about that. So I've started to put him in here. I'll probably write some things here, yeah, when I get time. And then this one, we are each of us a product of the stories we tell ourselves. I think that's just, it's really important, remember, to make it a good story. So if you always say that you're not worth it, that you don't deserve to earn much, that even stories like art doesn't pay, or whatever it might be. I'm not attractive, whatever the story might be. Change the story. You can do that. Change the story, and be kind to yourself. Anyway, that's some takeaways for today. Back to a nice calming cup of tea, which I will enjoy shortly. You can make this tea with milk too, which is really yummy. So again, I have more illustration to do today, more digital illustrations, so I had best get onto it. Good morning. I'm about to head off on my morning walk. It's Sunday, so I know that means I missed Friday and Saturday recording, although I did record a little bit of the workshop that I went to yesterday, which was awesome. It was run by Alana. She does contemporary embroidery, so I was keen to learn some of those techniques and maybe even see how I might be able to use it in my illustration and product design, who knows. Anyway, so today is Sunday. I'm heading off on my morning walk. It's actually it's quite chilly this morning, which is lovely. I really love the cold. I don't know if you do. And I'm recording this on my phone, and the reason being that I thought I would take you on the morning walk with me. It looks like it's going to be lovely out there. I'm a little bit later than I would normally leave, but let's go. Okay, so that was our first peek of the coast. I just didn't want to talk on video because there was someone there, and I thought they might think that I'm nutty, which is probably not really entirely wrong. But you know, you want to kind of hold off that judgment, don't you? So this is only 10 minutes from my house. Check it out, beautiful morning. There are people around, they're just going to have to think I'm nutty. Like I said, it's not really too far wrong. Yeah, so this is just 10 minutes from my house, and if we keep walking down that street, we'll find the lighthouse. Okay, so this is Lighthouse Beach. It's very popular for swimming, if you like swimming, in the lighthouse. And then we swing around this way. And this is what I get to see every morning. Not bad, huh? So this, in case you still don't know where I'm coming from, is Port Macquarie. This is our lighthouse, probably very much a silhouette. As I said, over this way is Lighthouse Beach. And this is a beautiful place to live. Good morning, so I hope you enjoyed going on my morning walk with me. Yeah, all of that is literally just 15 minutes that way from here. Yeah, pretty lucky, hey? So I've been thinking a lot about that quote, that we are a product of the stories we tell ourselves, and I know that that book is not the first to have brought that up. I know that's something that's been said many times before, so it's been around for a while, but it's been making me think a fair bit. I'm sitting outside with my cup of tea, and of course my 2 poached eggs, which I have this for breakfast every morning. So one thing I've been doing this week is to change up my routine a little. So I'm trying to get outside a lot more. So in the morning, that means instead of having breakfast inside, where typically I'll end up turning something on to sort of keep myself company, I'm now coming outside and enjoying being out here in nature, where you can sort of think without having all these, you know, other influences sort of coming in. Anyway, back to stories. So yes, I've been thinking about the stories and how we crave a happy ending. And I was thinking for illustrators, for artists, for freelancers in general, and really all of us in general, but a lot of freelancers or business owners, we tend to have a fear of failure, and then more recently recognised is the fear of success. And I think really both of these things are the same thing. They are essentially a desire to not have an unhappy ending. So, you know, if the fear of success, fear of failure is obvious, but the fear of success, if success ends up looking not how you have thought it would be, if it ends up you being chained in a sense to your work, to having to maintain a certain look, whatever that might mean, it's still an unhappy ending. So I think, I think all of that, it's really just that we have this this fear, if you like, or this desire to want a happy ending. And a lot of the stories that we tell ourselves, which has gotten me thinking about a lot of things really, but a lot of the stories that we tell ourselves is because we are wanting that happy ending. So the stories we tell will typically have a happy ending. I don't know, I hope that makes sense to you. So what do we do instead? That's where I'm up to. So I'd love to hear what you think about it. Anyway, so that has been my week. As I said, I'm sorry it's probably not very interesting for you. It's been a great week for me. If you want to see some more content, hopefully I'll be able to do some more speed painting or live painting for you, and put a few more things out there. So if you'd like to see more, please do subscribe. It does help. Please share the word. That would be fantastic as well. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at Katherine Appleby Illustration, and I'll leave all that linked below. So yeah, until next time, have a great week. Bye.